we better move on, or we won't have time for Leah.
Yeah, but so for the other side of this, though, I just wanted to cover, I think, a really strong voice to be listening to right now, and we've reached out to see if he will at some point be on the show. There's a journalist who happens to identify as being on the spectrum himself, and he has a new book out that everybody's talking about. It's on my reading list to be able to read soon, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But again, we have reached out to see if he will be on the show. Nancy, do you know who I'm talking about?
Eric Garcia has written a book called We're Not Broken. Shannon, I wasn't able to access this story because I'd reached my limit for free reads on the New York Times without subscribing. So you'll have to tell us a little bit more about Eric Garcia. It's called We're Not Broken, Changing the Autism Conversation. I love the title.
And this is in the New York Times, and I want to encourage people to go to the article, which I cannot pull up at the moment myself, not because I've reached my limit, but because it won't come up. But I've heard from so many of my friends on the autism spectrum to say this is the book to read right now. And in this article with the New York Times, which I read previously, he says, I didn't want to write one more memoir about what my experience was. He said, I really wanted to talk about changing the conversation about people thinking that we need to be fixed. And that I think he's really touched on a nerve for a lot of people who are on the spectrum who say this is part and parcel of the problem. And now I will say this, he's not opposed to people growing and learning. I think he's got a very measured voice from everything that I've read so far, the excerpts that I've read and the interviews that I've read. He's not saying don't treat someone, don't help them, leave them in the stasis that they're in and let them suffer in that. That's not what his message is, but it's about, if you don't know how to do long division, we don't consider you broken. We teach you how to do long division, but nobody goes, oh, geez, well, I don't know. The fact that you showed up on the planet and don't know long division, there must be something wrong with you. And allowing people to be neurodiverse and still learn and grow, but be treated with respect and dignity. So I think that it's a conversation that needs to be had. But I think for people who are frustrated, I hear people say all the time, well, I'm so frustrated with self-advocates, because what exactly do they want? I think if you're in that boat, that this is the book to read. This is what I've been told. And there's a great interview with him in the New York Times right now that I think illustrates this very poignantly.
Would love to get him on the show. Let's hope we can get him on the show.
Yeah, I have reached out to him. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.